The Great Wall of China, an epic chronicle in stone and spirit for over 2 millennia, it has slumbered across the contours of a continent. A serpent of stone and packed earth, a scar upon the land, and a testament to the boundless ambition of empires. This is not merely a wall. This is the Great Wall of China. It is a fortress, a cemetery, a ribbon of history, and the ultimate symbol of a civilization's determination to protect its prosperity from the chaotic winds of the steppe. Its story is woven from the grand designs of emperors and the silent suffering of millions, a saga of engineering, warfare, and the indomitable human will. The scale of ambition, a colossal undertaking to comprehend the wall, is to first grapple with numbers that defy imagination. The official archaeological survey concluded its total length, braided across northern China like a complex root system, is a staggering 21,196 kilometers, or 13,171 miles. To put that in perspective, this is more than half the circumference of the entire planet Earth at the equator. It stretches from the Jiaguan Pass in the west, a formidable fortress rising from the barren sands of the Gobi Desert, known as the first and greatest pass under heaven, to the Old Dragon's Head at Shanhaiguan in the east, where its stone foundations plunge directly into the boiling waves of the Bohai Sea. This was not a single, continuous project, but a monumental patchwork of ambition. Its construction spanned more than 20 centuries, beginning in the fragmented warring states period as early as the 7th century BC, with rival states building their own disparate walls. It was China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, who, in the 3rd century BC, after unifying the warring kingdoms, ordered the connection and strengthening of these walls into a unified defensive system. This work was continued, expanded, and reinforced by successive dynasties, most notably the Han and the magnificent Ming, whose elaborate brick and stone battlements, built between the 14th and 17th centuries, form the iconic images we recognize today. 2. Anatomy of a dragon, engineering a defensive mammoth. The Great Wall was not a simple barrier, it was a sophisticated, integrated military machine, an ancient precursor to a layered defense network. Its genius lies in its multifaceted design, the backbone. The wall itself. The wall's construction was a masterclass in adapting to the environment. In the mountainous regions near Beijing, it was built from quarried limestone and granite. Across the plains, workers used a technique called rammed earth, tamping soil, gravel, and clay between wooden frames to create a mass as hard as stone. In the western deserts, where materials were scarce, they innovated with layers of red willow or tamarisk branches, compacted with sand and gravel. The mortar, in a stroke of ancient biochemical genius, was often made from a mixture of slaked lime and sticky rice flour, creating a composite so strong that it has survived centuries of weathering and, in many places, still holds bricks more firmly than modern cement. The nervous system, the beacon towers stretching beyond the horizon, these solitary sentinels were the communication lifeline. In the event of an attack, a sophisticated alarm system was activated. By day, smoke from a blend of wolf dung, straw, and sulfur would be sent skyward in a series of columns. By night, great beacon fires would blaze. A single column or fire signaled a small enemy force of around 100, 4 or more indicated an invading army of over 10,000. Messages could relay hundreds of miles in a matter of hours, a speed unimaginable for the time, the joints and muscles, the strategic passes. These were the heavily fortified gateways, the choke points controlling all trade and military movement. The Jiaguan Pass, north of Beijing, was known as the impregnable pass, its massive gates and labyrinthine defenses guarding a critical valley. These passes were not just military installations, they were bustling cities in miniature, housing garrisons, administrators, and markets, serving as the vital logistical hubs for the entire frontier defense system. 3. The human cost, the wall of bones and tears. But this stone dragon was built on a foundation of human suffering. Historians estimate that over 1 million conscripted laborers, soldiers, peasants, and convicts, perished during the centuries of construction from exhaustion, disease, starvation, and the brutal conditions. They worked under the lash, in freezing winters and scorching summers, hauling colossal stones up near vertical inclines. So many perished and were unceremoniously interred within the ramparts that the wall earned the grim sobriquet, the longest cemetery on earth. This profound human cost is immortalized in one of China's 4 great folktales, the story of Meng Jiangnü. Her husband, a scholar forced into labor, died building the wall. Her grief was so boundless that she journeyed thousands of miles to find his remains. Finding no grave, she wept for days on end at the base of the wall. Her anguish so moved heaven that a section of the wall, hundreds of feet long, crumbled to dust, revealing the bones of her beloved husband for a proper burial. This story is the emotional soul of the wall, a permanent memorial to the individual lives sacrificed for the grand, impersonal designs of Empire. 4. A tapestry of landscapes and a legacy reforged. The wall's character is inextricably linked to the land it traverses. It is a chameleon, changing its visage with the terrain, near the capital, at the meticulously restored sections of Badaling and Mengjiangnü. It is the postcard-perfect dragon, its crenellated battlements gracefully curving over the lush, rolling peaks. Further afield, at Jinko, it becomes a wild, crumbling ruin, a wild wall, where nature is reclaiming its dominion, offering a raw, untamed beauty for the intrepid explorer. And in the far west, at Jiaguan, it stands as a stark, solemn sentinel against the vast, unforgiving expanse of the desert, a symbol of the empire's absolute frontier. Its original purpose as a military barrier ultimately faded with the advancement of technology and politics. Yet, its symbolic power has only grown. From a symbol of imperial defense and, at times, isolation, it has been reforged in the modern era into the ultimate emblem of Chinese civilization, endurance, and national pride. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a magnet for global tourism, but more importantly, it stands as a universal monument to human ambition, a permanent question posed in stone, asking us to consider what we are capable of achieving, and at what cost.